Deal or no deal, this week or next. There still remains the UK's red lines. There also still remains the controversial Internal Market Bill, which, according to Ireland's Foreign Minister Simon Coveney, will never be ratified. Speaking on Sunday, he warned that there was no way the bloc would ratify a free trade agreement, while the UK was breaking a previous deal, signed less than a year ago. Even if we do get a new trade deal negotiated on both sides, if the British government is determined to continue with their Internal Market Bill, to reintroduce parts of that bill that were removed by the House of Lords this week, then I think this is a deal that won't be ratified by the EU, he said. The bill would make it illegal to impose controls on trade between Northern Ireland and Great Britain, and seeks to use domestic law to overwrite the Brexit withdrawal agreement. And comes in light of threats made by the EU, during the trade negotiations, to disrupt this trade if there was a no-deal situation. So instigating the UK government's actions. Something Mr Coveney forgot to mention during his statement. He also makes the point that, talks were at the risk of falling apart if no progress was made on fishing. Well, there has indeed been progress. Britain has held firm on its sovereignty and not given in to unreasonable demands. Then again, back in May 2019, he also said that, the European Union will not renegotiate the Brexit withdrawal agreement, regardless of who succeeds Theresa May as Prime Minister. It seems that the European Union has little regard for his opinions, as they do with many other bloc members. The Foreign Minister also said, some people in the UK were indulging in a fantasy, that a trade deal was more important to Europe than the UK. Adding that, the idea that actually a trade deal with the UK is going to be number 1 or number 2, or number 3 or number 4, on the priority list for the EU, in my view, is very unlikely. Wrong again Mr Coveney. Indeed, if this was the case, then surely Barnier would have scurried back to Brussels months ago. He continued, other issues like finalising the EU's own budget, reforming the common agricultural policy, migration, and the coronavirus economic recovery would take precedence. And what a disaster you have made with every one of those topics. Perhaps the most condescending statement this man has made, and clearly shows the thoughts of a united Europe was. I do think that the way in which the British political system deals with Brexit is incredibly inward-looking, it's focused on British politics, it's driven by pride, emotion, nationalism, as opposed to the detail of what's required to get a trade deal, and the compromises that are required to do that. That's called sovereignty, self-rule and the ability to govern one's own future. With people like this man making the rules, a no deal looks very inviting. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe.